We keep it real.
We keep it raw.
We keep it uncut.
All day.
We are
Marriage Takeover.
We keep it real.
We keep it raw.
We keep it uncut.
All day.
We are
Marriage Takeover. Oh, we got to play our music. Go ahead, run it. It's cool.
Hey.
What up?
How is everybody? There's so much light, they can really see the flashing.
I can see him flashing.
You can see him flashing?
Yeah, I can see him flashing.
Hey, welcome on. Come on in. You wash your hands?
I'm getting ready to. Hey, what's happening? I'm trying to get it together.
We want to welcome everybody in. Come on in.
Come on. There it is. Put on the YouTube.
Woo! How are y'all doing on this morning, on this afternoon? I'm all morning. How y'all doing on this? Hey there, how are you? I can't see that. Faith Walker, welcome. Come on in. Y'all know how we do the first 5 minutes. I'm your girl, Tamika.
I'm your boy, Chef E-Rock Lim tonight.
Listen, we keep it real.
We keep it raw.
We keep it uncut.
All day.
We are
Marriage Takeover.
So you know how we do the first 5 minutes. Let's check in.
Hey.
Check in with your city. Check in with your state. Check in with your country.
Rep your city.
Rep your city. Let us know where you're coming in from.
Let go.
Come on.
Come on, we're trying to get the music queued up.
Blessings. We are super excited about today.
Hey, y'all know how I do.
Oklahoma City. Welcome, Oklahoma. Welcome, Philly. I see Philly in the house. Come on through.
Don't forget, let us know.
Hello from Virginia. Welcome.
VA, talk to me.
Let's go. Virginia, let's go. Come on, we missing our music. Our theme music is about to come on in just a minute. You got Houston, Texas in the house.
Huggins family from Tuscaloosa.
Got the Huggins in the house. Yes. Come on through, y'all. It's Marriage Takeover Kitchen Conversations. You know the first 5 minutes, we want to know where you checking in from, what you doing, what you eating. Long Island, New York. Yes. Bronx. Is that Brooklyn? Brooklyn, New York. Let's go. Our audio was a little late on the music. I'm techie. But we want you to check in anyway. We appreciate you guys for showing up. We got Dallas in the house. Come on, Dallas. We got B-More. Come on, Baltimore. Cayman Islands. Come on. Welcome. This is Kitchen Conversations. We are here every Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And typically we have the music rocking. We are welcoming you in. And we got the flashlights going on in the background in the kitchen. Every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are cooking dinner. And we are inviting you into our kitchen as we cook dinner. And we just having a conversation about marriage, about relationships. All right? I'm missing a lot of people here. Let's see. Richmond, Texas. Let's see. Who else was that? I missed a couple of people. Pensacola, Florida. Come through. Cayman Islands coming through on tonight. Yes. Come on. This is Marriage Takeover. I'm your girl, Tamika. Chef E-Rock is trying to get the music pumping. It's good. We welcome you in Richmond, Texas. Let's go. Tonight on the menu, I don't know if you all were here last week or not. We were in Atlanta, and you all requested for us to do a roast, some collard greens. I think we mixed up some things with some potatoes and then a sweet potato pie. So guess what we're doing on tonight? We got it all coming for you. All right? And our conversation.
You got the sweet potato pie ready?
It's coming. It's gonna be together. It might not be done by the time we're done with the recording, but it's coming together. So welcome, come on in. I think that's it, boo. This is Kitchen Conversations, Marriage Takeover. I'm your girl, Tamika.
I'm your boy, Chef E-Rock now.
And again, we do this every Thursday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, no matter where we are in the country, just to come in and have a conversation with you. Typically, we are in our own kitchen, in our home, unless we are out on travel. But we are home, and it is good to be back home. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and get started with dinner. Now, the conversation, there were a couple of different topics that you all mentioned last week. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just talk on a couple of different things on tonight. How to keep your marriage fresh, right? Eric and I have been married 24 years. So if this is your first time here on TikTok or on Facebook, we've been married 24 years. We've been down in the worst of the worst in our marriage, on the brink of divorce, contacted our divorce attorney, and we were done. And from the trenches, we were able to work our way out and to repair our marriage and to restore our marriage, renew our marriage, to now it's something that we've always dreamed of. So this is kind of what birthed Marriage Takeover. So our kitchen conversation is just, let's have a conversation. All right, so I'm going to get over and start stirring up the sweet potato pie, or at least starting the sweet potato pie stuff. But check in, let us know. So how long have you been married, for all of those that are married on the line?
Hey, listen, my bad. I'm just trying to find my pants. So we've been running, so we're just trying to get things going.
And so we got the sweet potatoes that have already been baked. So I'm going to go ahead and mush them, mash them, and get them started so that we can have a delicious sweet potato pie tonight with dinner.
And that's like you asked. Here the greens. They're already washed, ready to go.
Yeah, so.
And you asked for the roast. I got the roast roasting right now.
You got the roast roasting?
Yeah, child.
Let me ask a question too. It kind of relates to women's rights, right? And kind of it can relate to marriage. What do you think about the reversal of the Roe versus Wade?
Oh, yeah. Come on, give me your thoughts while I check on this meat.
Yeah, what do you think about that? And what does that look like, and how does that make you feel as a woman, as a wife, and where your rights are as it relates to just life, right?
Someone said it's terrible. Someone else said reversal was wrong.
Right. I agree. I think it's terrible because a woman should have the rights to her own body. And so one of the things that is important for us to understand, even with that, where does that now lead us, and how are we feeling, and how are we showing up now in our marriage as the wife? Does that change your role? Does that shift your perspective? Or should you be treated differently?
Someone else said that they feel like it was wrong. And someone said they're pro-life. However, they believe a woman has the right to choose.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. We in the same lane. We in the same space.
But hey, everyone is entitled. Hold up. I'm sorry. Listen, y'all already know. Now, if you missed a couple of weeks ago when y'all asked for some reels, I did the reels. And they were on point, so I might be a little focused because I got this, what that thing called? I got this roast on the grill. You hear me? About done it because it's good and juicy.
Someone else said our body, our choice.
Absolutely.
And they said although they don't believe in abortion, but they do believe in privacy, which includes a woman's body.
Right. And I think what a lot of people, and maybe I don't know what a lot of people might have thought or didn't think, but it's important to note that you should be able to choose, right? And not only should you be able to choose, but your perspective and the value of a woman should be respected enough so that you don't have to worry about that right being taken away from you. I don't know, just my thoughts, but I thought that was curious, just to kind of ask that perspective to see where everybody was on that. So, no, I'm good. Here, I think I'm gonna put it over here on the side. So, what's going on? How's everybody week been? What are you doing? Where are you going? Are y'all ready for the 4th of July? It is the 4th of July weekend, and y'all know, so tomorrow is the 1st of July, and my birthday is in the month of July. So I am like super excited to welcome July into this, into my space on tomorrow. Yes.
People have put in how long they've been married in the chat.
Yes. Let's hear it.
So someone said 10 years.
10 years. Come through with the 10 years. Yes.
Another one was 19.
Sweet. I'm not seeing that.
12 and a half.
I think our thing is.
I know they're far.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm not seeing that.
Because I'm scrolling up.
Oh no, it was stuck here.
Oh.
There's
I see
16 years, 13
Sweet.
years.
Come through with the longevity. Yes.
33 years.
All right.
17 years.
33
this past
years.
week.
Were you on here last week? 33 years? I think y'all was on last week. Somebody was on there in their 30s. Congratulations.
Hey, just tell me what you think. How that look? That's that roof.
17 years this past week.
Hey,
Sweet.
happy
17
anniversary.
years? Happy anniversary. What y'all do for anniversary?
And then someone else said 26 years.
That's awesome.
Y'all like that?
I
Now
saw
watch me.
24 years too. Did you see 24?
I got 14 on now. Oh man.
Sweet.
There's 14 years.
14 years? Okay.
They said they celebrated their anniversary with their family.
Sweet. Okay. Good stuff.
All right. So now.
Someone else said 31 years at the end of this month.
Oh,
Sweet. Happy early anniversary. The end of this month, that's today. Right? Or tomorrow. What's today?
all right. So now, man, I want to ask a question. I want to ask one question. For you all that have been married for, let's say over 5 years, what can you say? What that was the hardest thing to overcome? What can you say was the hardest thing to overcome?
At 5 years?
No, I said for those that are married over 5 years.
Over 5 years.
Over
Okay.
5 years. I'm not knocking y'all that's married under 5, but what was the hardest thing to overcome after for those of you that's married longer than 5 years? We just talking. Now I'm telling you, what would you say the hardest thing was for us to overcome?
Communication.
What? You not talking to me?
It was the communication. Hold on a second. So I'm just trying to blend the sweet potato pie
Yeah, we actually.
filling because I don't like stringy, chunky sweet potato pie. I don't know if y'all ever been to somebody's house on Thanksgiving and y'all bite into the sweet potato pie and all of those strings come out.
Stay out my.
I can't stand that. So I like to make sure that we get it rail, that it's strung out, that we take all the extra strings and the lumps out. So for me, it was the communication just because as growing up in a single parent household, I'm in the South, my mom, she fussed a lot. That was like the form of communication. And so when it came to being able to effectively communicate, I didn't know what that looked like because especially when I got upset, I didn't know what it looked like just because all I knew was fussing. Like my form of communication was fussing because I wanted to make sure I was being heard. Yes.
So someone said the hardest thing was to overcome. The hardest thing to overcome was opening up and communicating.
See, yeah.
And
Oh,
The opening up too. That's good.
I like that. Opening up, huh?
Someone else said family insight on things in their relationship.
Huh?
Ooh.
Family insight. What?
So, like, what do you mean with family insight? Does that mean that the family was inside of the business and they were making decisions for your household? Is that what that means?
Okay. Okay, next.
Accepting their flaws forever.
Wow. Hold on. What you mean accepting the flaws forever? Forever, ever? Forever. ever, ever. Okay.
All right.
Someone else said they had to overcome being able to trust.
Ooh, yeah, that was mine. I had to overcome the whole trust thing because that right there was something. And so when you look at that thing, when you're talking about for one, because I understand when you the person I was talking about accepting the flaws, and that's the thing because it's like you have to get to that place to be able to love your spouse unconditionally. That's being able to accept those flaws. But at the same time, when you begin to look at yourself, like me, I had to overcome the trust. Like she was having the communication thing. You see, she's short, so that was like short man syndrome in there. So you don't see me, you don't hear me. So we had to roll that way. So yeah, I understand. We battle some of the same things. What else we got?
Being able to communicate with each other the way we did in the beginning.
Ooh. So now let me ask you. Now that's the thing. What was so different in the beginning, right? When you say in the beginning, I'm gonna take in my mind. I'm gonna say during dating season. To now when you're married and now the communication is crazy. So it's like that's the thing I try to understand is how can we go from talking while dating, get married, and now we act like we don't know how to talk to one another.
Well, because life happens. It's not so much as that we don't know how to talk to one another. Life happens, right? You have kids. You have a career that you're building. You're going to school, and then the stresses take over. And before you know it, it's like, okay, well, by the time that you get home, after you've been pleasant to everybody else, you get home and you be like, man, and then the conversation just goes haywire. Just because you're so exhausted at that point. And the honest truth is, the person that is the closest to you, you sometimes treat the worst when you're tired, when you're aggravated, when you're at your wit's end.
Ooh, what you got, boo?
In response to the family insight on things in the relationship, they said telling them what to do and how they should do it.
Ooh, that's good.
That was the issue.
That was the issue. I know, but how many times is that an issue? Because listen, people tried it and ours don't do that. Hold on. Really?
Hold on.
Really?
Nah. For me,
they tried.
I ain't gonna lie, they tried it. I had to let them know, like, hey, sound like whole pimp. Wait a minute.
They tried it.
Like, and how I told them, I said, listen, you got your house. This one's mine. So you, while your house is in shambles, you need to stay out of mine because mine is well built. And so that's that thing. And you know, for those of you that might be listening, might be having that issue, you got to remember, understand this. Mama is mama, daddy is daddy. I got you. But there's a difference from giving advice and telling you what to do, because you gotta remember you married, so you should be grown now, right? So yeah, but I need my parents for help. I've got you, but it's mom, dad. Either you can help me the right way, or if I need advice, I know I can come to you.
Right.
But if you're gonna just tell me what to do, now you're not helping me to build my marriage because my marriage, my dynamics are not like yours. But then you understand why he says, you know, that the father, that the husband leaves the parents and cleave to their wife, so that you can't tell me what to do. Because I've been down that road, but my road was vastly short. Because I had to let them know, like, no, I'm sorry, you got yours. This is mine. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Right, and it's hard because you love your family. Right, and it's hard because, you know, especially if you've been that child who's kind of followed the footstep of what your parents have said all of your life. Ooh. And so now you've gotten to that point of, okay, do I continue to please my parents or my family members, or do I cling to my spouse and then start to really build what my spouse has, and then have the courage to tell my family, thank you, but no thank you.
Right.
It's hard. Yeah. But you have to choose.
It's hard out there for.
Someone else said understanding each other's point of view and communication.
Ooh, okay.
Understanding each other's point of view and communication.
That's a good one too, because we think we always right. Ladies, I know we always right. We really not always, but in our mind, we always right. So I know sometimes that's hard too.
So I would like to know. With that, how did you even overcome that? Because when you sit back and look at it, it's like, all right, do you still find that that's still a struggle today?
And someone else said the most important thing to keep going is honesty.
That's too much. That's too much.
So were you able to get to that place to be 100 with your spouse? Ooh, now that's a question for you.
And someone else said blended family issues.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Like setting boundaries to respect your marriage as it pertains to outside family members and other relatives.
Yeah.
And mother or children before marriage.
Yeah. That's always a hard one.
Yeah.
Someone else said keeping their relationship spicy.
Ooh, yes. And what have you done to keep the relationship spicy? What are some of the things that you've done?
Hey, share with the crew while we all cooking.
Keep it PG. We got the baby monitoring TikToks.
We got baby monitoring the chat.
And then someone else said life and distractions.
Yeah.
To overcome life, but hold on now. So how were you able to overcome the life and distractions? Because life and distractions happen every day. You see what I'm saying? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to challenge nothing. I'm just asking.
Right, but I think it's a part of being every year, every day something takes place. Like, look at this pandemic. Who would have ever thought we would have been locked up with our spouses, with our children, with our family for months, for weeks, trying to figure out what is going on, why it's going on, and how are we going to navigate life, teaching our kids to school online. Like, and then, so then you're used to, like, maybe sometimes your kids going out and doing certain things, but now you got the kids at the house. So you can't have sex and have a whole lot of noise and do all of this other stuff because the kids sitting right there. Like, everybody is there.
You can't get
so that's a whole nother stressor that's, coming about. So we were glad to see that things are lifted and people are kind of getting back out to their space. But life and stress is like, that's real because it happens and you have to learn how to navigate the waters. Because if you don't, it's a whole situation.
So in response to how they kept it spicy, they said cooking together, wink, wink.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, brother. I'm not mad at you.
Y'all sanctified the countertop.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where it's at. And that's the thing. So I want to know. Now, since you say you've overcome, right, those things. So now let me ask you this question. What would you say that is some of the things that you still struggle with right now? I'm talking about for those that's still over 5 years. I'm coming to the one that's less than 5. But what would you say the thing that you still struggle with right now that you and your spouse struggle with? Y'all know it's a struggle.
And know that everybody, there is no perfect marriage. So don't be ashamed to drop it in the chat because you feel like somebody gonna be judging you. We're not judging you on this platform. And if you start judging, we're gonna block you from the chat.
We're gonna go ahead and get you out of there.
Right.
We're gonna get you out of there.
Right.
People have said that they have a beautiful kitchen.
Thank you so much.
And then they said still some family insight that they're still struggling with.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh my God.
Is it good, baby?
Oh my God. You green about to slap somebody.
They about to slap somebody. Don't slap nobody, baby.
So listen. See, these ain't greens the way that grandma and them used to make, with all that pot liquor. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Lord. The whole thing.
So once again, we have gotten to the same issue we've been having before.
Oh, my God.
So we're going to be eating greens and, yeah.
Y'all, the whole block of sugar just fell in there.
Someone else said not agreeing with how to deal with their adult son's issues, even though it's quote unquote not their problem.
Oh, you know what?
Good.
Listen, we can help out with that one because we've had the same journey. When I say the same journey, but you gotta join the Facebook page. Join our Facebook group. It's Marriage Takeover. Marriage Takeover Body of One. Join the group. Listen, there's 3 questions. Please answer the 3 questions. Please answer 3 questions. Because with that one there, oh my goodness. But we're at a better place now with our adult son. But there was a lot of challenges. A lot of challenges. And it's not, hey, we love our kids, but I was about to body slam that dude like real hard, like boom, you know, the whole kind of shake the whole world. One of them kind. So
I think the hardest thing with the adult children is letting them go to learn their lesson. Right? Because we want to protect them. We want to protect them. We want to make sure that they're well. But sometimes I don't know what it is. It's like something don't go off in the brain and they don't like to listen, and then they get to this certain age where they really know everything. And I think the challenge, like I said, is we really want them to succeed. So then how do you become the parent or shift your perspective from being the parent to then now you're consulting with your child instead of now parenting them? That I think was the hardest shift for me to make.
Yeah. And so, and at the same time, so what you just saw me do, what I did, I just grabbed the juices. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a sauce from the juices from the rose.
So someone else said cutting off family members who carry dead weight, loving them from a distance.
Oh yeah, that's an easy one.
Hold on, wait a minute. Is that one of the ones that you struggle with? Is that one of the ones that you got came over?
Yeah, that's an easy one. Well, I won't say it's easy. Like if you come from a close family, it may not be as easy. Like if you come from a close, tight-knit family, it may not be that easy.
So basically, what I'm saying is that when you begin to look at the things that you had to deal with, hey, trusted assistant, hey, Dog Hand, can you come grab this?
Wash your hands.
No, I just need him to grab his fork. Just grab the fork right there. Please don't spill the juice. There's some juice on there. All right, I got it. All right. Thank you for your assistance. I'm telling you, y'all got that. Y'all asked for one of them real meals. I can't really talk like I want to. You got me so focused. I think I might need to add some more greens into that. But
that is heavenly.
Someone, and this is when you were talking about the adult children. I said, how do you get them to go with all that's going on in the world?
how you what?
How do you get them to go with all that's going on in the world?
Now, how do you get them to go? How do you get them to leave when it's all? The hardest thing for me to do, and I promise you it was the hardest thing for me to do, was to just let it go. Let him go. And it wasn't a let him go. Oh, you're trying to
Look, hey, look at that smoke ring in there. Woo! I'm gonna show you something. Look real close at this. I'm finna show you some juice. Woo! Yeah, boy. Oh, my bad.
So, the hardest thing for me to do was to let him go. And when I say let him go, I mean let him go. Not and pray when I let him go. Making sure that I said, okay, God, you got to cover him. Because at that point, he wasn't listening. At that point, he had his mind made up with a whole lot of things. And I was stressing myself out. And I had to come to a point to say, God, you got it. I don't know how we got to this point, why we got to this point, but I'm going to trust you in whatever it is you're going to do. And I had to let it go. There was a couple of months we didn't even speak. And that's not even how we raised our kids. But I could not sit in the midst of being angry, being stressed, being upset, making myself sick, trying to worry about him. So I just let it go. And every day I would pray for him. Every single day. I started to send, God told me to send him text messages of prayers. And so I would do that, and I was obedient every single day. So it was a process that he just kind of, at that point, started to turn around, but I had to let go. That was the hardest thing that I had to do, was let go.
And the one thing about it is that Because when you don't have that agreement, and sometimes a lot of people don't really know how to come to agreement, because a lot of times we don't really communicate how we really feel about the situation.
Right.
Because say when you're talking about with the parents, yeah, what you got? Oh no, you're saying. Oh, so it's saying when you're talking about like when you have the people outsiders coming into having a say, or like you have your parents saying something over what you should do. Well, again, you have to recognize is, okay, listen, we have to come into agreement, because we got to understand that this is ours. Yeah. This is what we build. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate everybody's helps and inputs and whatnot, but this is what we are building. And so, and that's the thing that we have to. It's not saying that you got to shut yourself out from the outside world, but at the same time, that ain't what I'm saying. Because
please don't like that pie person.
Because if it's not helping your marriage, it's hindering your marriage. And when you look at it, like I always say, that one of the most powerful things that God ever created was marriage. Because guess what? You're already two. It don't matter if no one is with you. Guess what? Your boo is with you. So if y'all don't nobody have your back, then guess who got your back? Your boo got your back. You know what I mean? And so, and that's the one thing that a lot of times, because when you look at it, I heard somebody say, man, what's the point of getting married? Well, you miss out on all the benefits that come with marriage. But a lot of times we don't know how to line these things up so that we can be able to move forward and be strong. Well, because now we begin to look at the issues that begin to take place that begin to drive a wedge between us.
Right.
And so when you have those things, because guess what? It doesn't matter if your family is blended or not. Because guess what? Yeah, your kids, sometimes they're gonna say, if your kids is from a previous marriage or whatever the case may be, guess what? They're gonna play the role.
Right.
But guess what? The same thing for if you married to your boo and this, you know what I'm saying, y'all kids together.
Right, our kids, they do the same thing.
They're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
But when you did. So when you have that agreement and you begin to walk in oneness, can't nothing come against that. Right. Nothing. But what happens is they play on our lack of communication.
They do. Any part of your division, they play on.
They play on it.
So I just want y'all to see. So I can't cook a whole lot of things well, but the sweet potato pies I have mastered. So I would tell you the complete recipe, but as you can see, I didn't measure. The only thing I measured was the vanilla, just because I want to make sure it wasn't too much of the vanilla extract in there. So 3 whole sweet potatoes, some brown sugar, some white sugar.
Is Auntie okay with this?
I didn't tell the whole thing. You could do an egg or 2, depends on what you want to do. Vanilla, pumpkin spice. What is that thing called? Hold on a second. I'll show you. Give me just a second. Let me put these in the oven. And nutmeg. I need you to slide over, baby.
Someone said, "Where's the cornbread at?"
Ah, right.
Y'all ain't asked for cornbread.
So let's see here.
I'm sorry. I'm so focused on cutting this pork. So please forgive me. I'm cutting this roast. Yeah.
What is it?
So someone else said that they're still struggling with feeling unified with husband and expecting him to feel outside of his personal experience and consider them and their children, and how things done by other family members and the mother of previous children were and are being done to be disrespectful. And she's more outspoken and proactive, whereas he is more passive. And she struggles with expecting him to protect them and respect their family.
Ooh, that's good.
So I'm gonna be so honest with you, homegirl. Yeah. Join the Marriage Takeover Facebook group. Jump. Hold on, wait a minute. Which camera I'm talking to? Oh, so listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. That one, if you were a part of the challenge, you will have the answer to a lot of that. But guess what? We're gonna roll the challenge back out because the thing is that you have to come into the understanding of one who you are. I would like to take a deep dive into this thing because guess what? Because that moment when you begin to say, hey, you know what? This is where we at. But hey, babe, this is where we going. So it's like, how can we move this way together?
Right.
And that's the key.
And also understand, especially when understanding the communication style, right? So if you're more assertive or more aggressive in the communications, and understanding how your spouse communicates, and if it's more passive, just understanding what that looks like for him. He might think that he's securing the family. He might think that he's protecting the family. So understanding what that looks like, really being able to break down those layers and to respect that in a way to where you all come unified in that space.
Yeah, but you got to understand, that was the key thing, is understanding the communication side.
Yeah.
Because then when you know how to communicate with one another, guess what? Oh my goodness. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. Why? Because now when you get that aspect of it, guess what? Now it makes your agreement so much better.
Yeah.
And it makes it so much easier. And guess what? It makes your level of intimacy grow to a whole nother level. Why? Because now you're able to trust in these areas.
Right.
Yeah, man. Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one, though.
That's a good one. Ooh.
And what I'll also say to you, sweetie, is to stay encouraged. Right? It might look what it looks like now, but stay encouraged. And if you stay connected to Marriage Takeover, we'll give you, the necessary resources and the tools to be able to unpack that stuff. And we'll show you how. We'll show you how to navigate those waters. Because we were there too. Y'all believe it or not, Eric was a little passive. So he was like.
Let me tell the story.
So what would you say? Is it passive aggressive?
No,
what would you say?
So what happened was, right?
Because I was very strong and independent. Like I've always because I've had to take up for myself a whole lot in life. So I've always had to fight for my sister, fight for other people. And so, and Eric likes to say it's a short man syndrome. It is a short woman syndrome, however you shape it. But we get tired of being pushed around and looked over. So
let me tell you,
we have to, defend ourselves, and sometimes we have to defend others as well, because I don't like to see what other people are taking advantage of.
Yeah, and you got to defend. That's Superwoman.
And he was so nice, which is what I loved about him, which is one of the reasons I married him. But then it was like almost a walkover, like a pushover. So where I was expecting for some type of opposition or some type of pushback, just a little bit sometimes in the marriage, he was just like, all right, whatever, do whatever. And I'm just like, you don't have nothing to say? And one day I was just like, you jellyback. What did I say?
Yeah, you jellyback. That's what she said to me.
I said something else though. It was like
all I heard was you jellyback.
You jellyback. You ain't got no spine.
Yeah, there you go. That was it.
It went all like he just from that moment on.
Hey, you heard
what happened?
That moment on, meaning it went forward, and it still continues today.
I don't know what happened. That was year 1 of our marriage. And I think we were 6 months in. And I was just like, whoa, I done unleashed the beast.
Yeah. All I needed was a sign. You gave it to me. And she couldn't handle it then, because it got to that point where it's like, hold on, cuz, wait a minute, now you trying my manhood.
Right.
And that's the one thing that all you alpha women that are out there, sometimes we got to understand that you are alpha. I'm going to stop. I'm going to need you to come into the Facebook. We're going to talk about that one. Right. But you got to know, babe, I'm missing some stuff. But you got to know. Here we go. But you got to know who they are. And so at that point, because I'm trying to be all nice and, we still in our first year. And you're like, hold on, you jellyback. Wait a minute, Jack. Wait a minute. So then, when it went from, now you just trying to control. No, I'm not. You just now you can't push over no more.
Right.
I ain't just letting it go. But what that caused a whole nother dynamic that we had to understand each other. Right. Because then when she said that, the real me came out. It's like it came
So
out
this
and
question,
stayed out. Yeah.
why did you have the real me inside of the marriage to begin with?
Because I was still trying to navigate these waters. I didn't have a how do you say? I didn't have an example in front of me. My example was the Huxtable. But I didn't have an example in front of me, so I was like, okay, let me navigate these waters. Let me make sure I understand. Okay, yeah, you got it. You good. I can make it work.
So how many of us get married and then we still tiptoe inside of our marriage because we're afraid to be the truest version of ourselves?
That's the thing.
Like that's not a marriage. Like that means that I'm married to a fake.
Ooh.
I'm married to a what do you call it?
You said it, a fake, a phony.
Yeah, I'm not married to the real version of you, and sometimes that can be one of the reasons to the problems that you're having inside of your marriage.
Right.
You got who they are, but they weren't allowing themselves to be the truest version of themselves, and so now you like, whoa, what happened?
What is this? What has going on here?
This is just Kitchen Conversations, Thursday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Thursday with Marriage Takeover.
So, but that's the thing. But guess what though? I want to know because you think about it. Because I can guarantee you right now that somebody's saying, you know what? Even in my marriage right now, I'm not being my authentic self. Why? You're not being your authentic self because maybe in your marriage you have allowed some stuff to take away from you because you don't want to deal with any kind of opposition. But my thing is, if we don't deal with any kind of opposition, then how can we grow?
Right.
Because that's the one thing I say, you know what, yo, we two rams. Everything we had, it was opposition. But guess what happened with me though? I got tired of dealing with all the opposition. So I said, you know what? I'm just gotta let it be. It's just got to go. And I'm just gonna let it go. But then it got to that point where I recognized I began to lose who I am. And then I was just like, you know what? Nah, I can't do this. But was it a battle to come back? Oh, heck yeah, it was a battle to come back. Especially when you didn't have nobody to show you how to get back. Oh, it was a battle like a mother. What am I showing y'all? My flour. Yeah, I told you I got to make my sauce.
And I think the danger in that as well is you become a prisoner inside of your marriage.
Yeah.
And as you are a prisoner inside of your marriage,
that light slowly dims out.
You change yourself and change who you are, change how you show up to survive.
Right.
And so if you want to shift that perspective so that you can truly be the truest version of you, I just want to encourage you to make sure that you join and you connect with Marriage Takeover, because what we teach is like you listen, and show you, because who you are is valuable. Like you are amazing. You are phenomenal. And even if you don't understand how to navigate the waters of where you are right now, it doesn't mean that your marriage can't work. It doesn't mean that you can't be happy inside of your marriage. It just means that now we have to love the truest version of who you are.
Right.
And how do we make that work? How do we blend that together to become unified in that space?
Because guess what? Everybody that's on the outside is not gonna recognize it. So the question is, they're not gonna recognize it, nor they're gonna understand. Because all they're gonna say is, "Oh man, you changing."
Right.
Oh man, you changing. Yeah, I'm changing for the better me. I'm not changing for y'all outsiders, because I know that what I have here at the house is on point. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we don't really recognize that thing that we got at the house, whether you are the husband or you are the wife.
Right.
Because we look over the gate, and then we begin to recognize, oh man, they grass look good. Whatever, child. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever. Because if they willing to take you and understand they know your situation, oh man, you might not want that there. I'm just saying.
Someone said that their husband used to be, or still is, like they are passive aggressive, like how you used to be. And they keep telling him that he needs to speak up.
Well, it's like this. So now you want to be like, hey babe, but you know what? That is a deep one right there.
But if that's who he is, then it's being able to understand that that's who he is.
Yeah.
He kicked me on the back of my leg. So he's like, Mom, what's the matter? You trying to get my attention?
Yeah. So, because on the thing is that if now, how can the way I communicate, how does that come together?
Right.
And that's the thing. So now you got to figure out how that, so that when you all have a conversation, you're not trying to tell him what to do or how to do it.
Right.
So now that you ready, because it's like, I mean, Will's down in that lounge. No, we was outside that lounge, and we was walking, and I thought that this guy had bumped my wife, and I was like, hold on, did he bump you? And she was like, well, it's too late. I was like, what you mean it's too late? It's a simple question, yes or no.
In the back of my mind, I was like, well, had he bumped me, baby, he already down the
No, that's a lie. He wasn't out of my reach. But that's the thing. I asked the question, but versus because see what happened was when it happened, she was already like in her feelings. So she had already stuff going on in her head. But I'm just like, yo, did he bump you? It was a simple yes or no. That's why I had to ask. But since you ain't say nothing, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna need. But if there was a bump and she did this number here, then yeah, he would have been through that glass. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're saying, oh, you cannot use, and this is one thing that a lot of people do, a lot of marriages, what happens in a lot of marriages is that we'll use our husband or wife's issue as their weakness. And we begin to attack that weakness. No. How can you build them up? Because when you attack that weakness, guess what? Now you're causing more distrust. Now you're causing more separation, more disrespect. You see what I'm saying? So when you're attacking that weakness, you're pushing them further back. No, you want to draw them closer. So now, if I understand that's your weakness, baby, how can we strengthen it? How can we strengthen it? Go ahead, comments.
Someone said that you have to see what's in a person's heart before you say I do.
That's true.
You know what? That is so true, but guess what? People change. Things change. Situations change. Dynamics change. Because guess what? Like with my wife, she was good. But then we had to deal with something when we had to deal with a traumatic loss. And guess what? That altered. See, my wife, she's a 9/11 survivor. When I say 9/11 survivor, the blast, her office was right here. That blast came right down by the wall. The wall was actually singed. So yeah, guess what? That altered some things in our marriage. So what do? That means I got to be able to shift with it. And that's a lot of times we don't understand that whole shifting process. Because we got that, because listen. It requires a lot when you have to shift. Yeah, does that mean I got to swallow my pride, my ego? Yeah. Because now you got to deal with whatever the issue is or whatever the shifting that's taking place. Because even not just with that, but also even with our own age. With us growing older, there's some things I can't do like I used to. There's some things she can't do like she used to. So therefore you got to shift. But a lot of us, we don't know how to handle that shift. Why? Because we don't know how to talk about it. You feel me? But you got something to add? Yes, you come, y'all.
No, I was going to say it was all good stuff.
Look at that joint right there.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's that pot roast now.
What time is it? 7:50. So we didn't do like regular potatoes.
So see what happened was somebody got caught a little late.
We have like regular potatoes, so I think we're gonna do the roast, and then we got the collard greens. We have some.
Might make some more.
Some more collard greens?
Yeah, child. I don't think this is enough.
Someone did say need some more greens in that pot.
They said he needed some more greens. He done froze the greens like we good until Thanksgiving or something. No, everything you said, Babs, was good. I'm sitting up here trying to see if this is a complete meal. I don't think this is a complete meal.
It is. It's that keto meal, Slim.
I don't know.
It's that keto meal. I'm about to plate this thing.
I don't know. So he gonna plate it. So what are your thoughts? What are your check? I see some more comments coming in.
They're asking if you guys like if he's your first husband, if you're his first wife.
Yes, that's my first guy. That's my That looks good, baby.
Her sweet potato ain't on point. So her sweet potato ain't made it to the plate yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say my sweet potato pie still is. We gotta have that on for about 29 more minutes. But yeah, so no, this is my first. We are high school sweethearts, so we got married right out of high school. We were right out of high school. He was in college. I was getting ready to go to the military, and we got married. So 24 years later, here we are. Didn't think we were gonna make it past 11 though. I'm gotta be honest with you.
Hold on, wait a minute.
But,
hold on. Wait a minute.
then his sisters them had a bet that we weren't gonna make it.
Hey, no, hold on. I gotta answer the question better. This is my first and my second wife.
Your first and
so she was my first wife for the first 10 years, but we almost went to divorce. And so she's been my second wife since after that we made it through.
Right.
And so we both had to do some self look, some inward look, and we looked at ourselves and made some changes.
Right.
So yeah, this is my second one. I like my second one better than my first one. My first one, I don't hit women, but I almost threw that one over the rail. Are you hear me?
I'll say this: your marriage and your marriage journey is absolutely a personal journey. You have to make sure you're working on you in order for your marriage to be amazing. Yes.
Someone said, "How y'all gonna cook and not invite people?"
Come on. You know what? Come on in the group. I tell you what, we're working on this together.
Come on in the room.
Y'all, he went way back on
Jesus
that.
is my God.
You know how you had the churches?
It writes down all
And they didn't have any musicians, but they had that good wooden acoustic inside of there, and they could just tap on the floor. So no, come on in. Every Thursday, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are welcome to dinner.
And if you really want to catch a lot more of our content, check us out in our Marriage Takeover Facebook group. That's Marriage Takeover Body of One Facebook group. Answer the 3 questions now, because you can't get in if you don't answer the 3 questions.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Answer the questions, y'all. Answer the questions. Yes, Aaliyah.
Man said sweet potato pie too. Are y'all too wrong for not showing?
We got that sweet potato pie going. Now, we got that sweet potato pie going. It's gonna be so good.
So see what had happened is.
I don't think I finished telling you all what. So the 3 sweet potatoes. I used some of the carnation milk. I used the pumpkin spice. I used nutmeg, vanilla.
Auntie gonna be mad with her because she didn't get
eggs. But you can and sugar. So brown sugar and then white sugar. So just make sure that however you do it to taste. Right? And then you do it and you make it amazing. However you want to taste it or enjoy it. My great aunt gave me the full recipe. Oh my gosh, what year? We were in year 2 of our marriage, I think it was. And since then, I've refined it, retuned it, and now my sweet potato pie tastes better than her sweet potato pie.
And that's what she said. She said, "Oh, girl, your sweet potato pie tastes better than mine."
So I'm excited.
Mine, everybody ate Auntie's sweet potato pie.
Everybody.
When she made that joint, oh my gosh, she only makes them. Y'all know you're special,
right? Y'all
because she only make them twice a year.
Only make them twice a year.
That's Thanksgiving and Christmas, not even New Year.
It takes a lot of work to do the sweet potato pies.
I can't get a special sweet potato pie, and I'm her husband.
Well, guess what, baby? You got 2. You got 2.
Yeah, we got to eat or die and eat more.
Right. So, so what do you guys want next week? Next Thursday.
So I'm gonna make some more greens because I ran out. So I'm gonna make some more.
Next Thursday, what do you want? What do you want on the menu?
What would you like to see on the menu?
Hey, I see somebody coming on saying, "Hey." What else? What would you guys like on the menu for next week? So if you're new to the platform tonight, right, what we typically do is we ask the audience before we get ready to go off, what do you want us to cook next week, right? What do you want to see? And what do you want to talk about? So what do you want to see next week on the menu?
Someone said baked chicken.
Baked chicken?
All right, that's it. Put it aside.
Okay, baked chicken. What we got on the sides?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, okay.
I guess you cooking again then.
So baked chicken, mac and cheese, and then what else? We gotta have a vegetable, right?
Yams.
Yams, okay.
No, that's not vegetable. Listen, that's too many.
Oh, somebody said with cornbread. Okay. Listen, can we do Jiffy? Oh, cabbage. I like cabbage. Let's do cabbage.
I got that one. I got you.
All right. So we're going to do baked chicken, mac and cheese, cabbage, and Jiffy cornbread. Is Jiffy all right with y'all? Somebody said a peanut butter sandwich. All right, now you put a little syrup on that peanut butter. I'm telling you, they're the best sandwiches in the world.
Listen, we know how. Listen, we know how to do the honey bun and cheese.
He said not the Jiffy. Oh man.
Someone else said salmon.
Salmon.
Ooh. Now we got the salmon.
So we're gonna do the chicken. We'll do salmon the following week. All right. And then what you want your topic to be? Next week, what are we gonna talk about? It's gonna be after the 4th of July. So everybody will have had the cookout. You've been around some family. What are we gonna talk about next week? Children. Boom. Let's do it. So we're talking about children and how you navigate your marriage with your children, whether they are adult children or young children. Let's see, what else?
Said friendship from the past, blended
families. Okay.
What is love?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt
more
me.
Stuff in there. What is
Pushing
love?
through the doubt.
Okay.
Friendships.
I love it. Y'all is amazing. I love that. Y'all are bomb.
Hey,
y'all
listen.
Y'all are the bomb.
Real quick,
Y'all
though,
are
the friendship. If you jump into our marriage takeover Facebook group, a lot of those I won't say all, yeah, but we're digging into just on how to be that oneness and how we deal with those certain things. So a lot of the topics we're already jumping on.
Yes. All right, y'all. So let me see here. I've got a few more comments. My wife cooking. What'd she say?
My wife's cooking made me gain weight.
Oh, see, you know what? That's a whole nother situation. Cause that means she got some good cooking. Right? That means she is cooking real good for you to be having gain some weight. So
someone else said, "What is respect?"
Ooh, that's good.
Hold up, we tackled that joint?
No, okay. We did it. We kind of brushed on it in the challenge.
Yeah, it's in the challenge.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. All right, you guys. So the sweet potato pie has got how many more minutes?
22.
22 more minutes. So what we're gonna do is we'll post a video after we pull the sweet potato pie out. And we might do the taster too. It's gonna be amazing. I already tasted the filling. But we're gonna post that as soon as it's done so that you guys can at least see a complete picture of everything that we prepared tonight for dinner. Next week we are gonna do baked chicken, mac and cheese, cabbage, cornbread. It's gonna be Jiffy, so don't be mad. It's gonna be Jiffy. And yeah, and then we're gonna talk about children next week. And then yeah.
And the respect thereof.
Yeah, children, blended families, and respect. I think those three things we can kind of pull into an hour for next week. So we're only on here for an hour. We want to make sure that our food is not cold when we eat it. So we appreciate you guys so much. We love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for showing up. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. My daughter is laughing, so somebody must have said something in the comments.
Someone said, "And Kool-Aid. Don't forget the Kool-Aid."
Hey, Kool-Aid. You know what? We got something a little bit better than Kool-Aid. We gonna do that lemonade and sweet tea mix. That Arnold Palmer Southern style. So thank you guys so much for showing up. We appreciate you. We love you. And until Monday, y'all know Monday we have our prayer for our couples. So until Monday, we will see you all then. Have an amazing week, rest of the week. Amazing, safe holiday. Y'all remember the fireworks safety. We don't want to hear any reports to see anything of anybody getting burned, anybody getting hurt.
Hey.
Make sure that you all are safe this weekend with the fireworks.
Hey, who going to a cookout? Is the cookout at your house?
Cookout at your house. Y'all be safe. We love you. Honey, heart it up. Heart it up, heart it up, heart it up. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you all next time. Have a safe 4th of July holiday. And I'm your girl, Tamika.
I'm your boy, Chef E-Rock Nim.
This is Marriage Takeover signing out. See you guys next week.
Holler. There we go.